Put on your tinfoil hat. Let's talk about Joe Rogan. Listen, I've been a Roganite for a while. Sell a lot of Joe Rogan t-shirts. I listen to a lot of the podcasts. I arguably would listen to them more when they were on YouTube over Spotify, but I do watch a lot of the clips, and I do still listen to some of the episodes. Right now, mainstream media is attacking Joe Rogan what seems like almost every day, every other day, if not at least every week, over something said on the show by one of the guests. What he's under fire for right now? Misinformation as it pertains to COVID. Now, I think at this point, everyone can agree that the information we got 2 years ago and the information that we have today is drastically different. And the fact of the matter is that no matter who speaks about COVID-19, it's misinformation. Tomorrow, it changes. The CDC guidelines change almost every other day. What doctors do and do not recommend changes, and how people respond to all this information also changes. So what are they attacking him for? They're attacking him for credible guests. Look, if there's one thing that Rogan is good at, it is getting experts in the hot seat and asking relevant questions to their profession. He had Dr. Robert Malone on there, and boy, let me tell you, the internet wanted to cancel Joe Rogan almost immediately over his information. Now, Dr. Robert Malone, credible guest on the show. Rogan asked pertinent questions to an expert in the field. He happens to be an expert in the field of mRNA vaccines. So most of what Robert Malone would say would be relevant. Where he got a lot of fire was on this formation psychosis. That was the theory that he brought up, and that took a lot of heat. The other thing that he got actually roasted for here, it was in an episode with Josh Zepps where he said he made it look dumb about the vaccine debate, and it actually had to do kind of with the effects of the vaccine on younger people, having an adverse risk to myocarditis among 12 to 17-year-olds who had received the vaccine. So they had a discussion about that, and Rogan actually admitted that some of the information he had may have not been accurate. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that we should remove Rogan's platform from Spotify, from the planet, just wipe him off because he actually has guests on there, ask them relevant questions, and you don't like the answer? The fact of the matter is that no matter who you watch, someone's going to be wrong about something. We saw them rip him apart over the use of ivermectin. We saw him rip him apart over his treatment of him getting COVID. We've seen them rip him apart over LGBTQ statements. We've seen him rip him apart over that. I mean, look, they're going to find something to not like you about when you have a following as large as his. I do believe that Rogan takes his podcast very seriously as far as the information he puts out. And if he says something, he's probably done a good bit of research on that topic. And maybe, just maybe, some of that information has changed from the day that he read it to the day the actual podcast comes out. That is very possible, is what we see happening. Does it mean you should cancel him? No. If you start canceling him, we need to go cancel Jen Psaki. We need to cancel Joe Biden. We need to cancel Dr. Fauci. We need to remove all of these people who are giving us information that turns out to be inaccurate minutes, hours, or days later, because that continues to happen. So if you're out there and you don't like what Joe Rogan says, it's simple. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to the clips. It's okay. Pick somebody else to listen to. Because at the end of the day, what we have happening here is kind of a mass formation psychosis. It's just like what Robert Malone said. Maybe not in pertains to that, but it pertains to COVID. But it pertains to media and the way that it's portrayed and delivered to you from the outlet that you choose. I do believe that Rogan has stayed fairly neutral in a lot of discussions with experts that have on the show. That doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't have a side, or he might not lean to one side or the other in some of the interviews. However, in this case, look, man, good luck trying to cancel the biggest podcast platform on earth. Man is going to continue to have fun guests. He's going to continue to have comics, doctors, lawyers, entertainers, whoever he finds interesting on there. And they do a great job, which is why he is the #1 podcast on the planet. So if you're out there trying to cancel Joe Rogan, man, you might want to pick a different cause. That's all I got to say on this one. Good luck. If you'd like to get you some Peacemaker gear, some Joe Rogan gear, some 1883 gear, Dexter shirts, Jim shirts, David Goggins shirts, Jocko Willink shirts, any of these inspiring t-shirts, check out TMF Apparel USA in the link below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.